In this video, I'm going to show you the lot prices for Auberon Woods Phase 9. They just dropped in the last 2 days. I've got them. I've got a nice little email with all the prices. I've got a map with the prices handwritten in on them. You can pause the video and check out the prices. I'm also going to tell you the best lots, the worst lots, the lots I would avoid. We're going to dive into a few different, some warnings. I'm going to give you some warnings about working with new construction and things that you need to watch out for or be on the lookout for. I don't want to hold us up, guys. Auberon Woods Phase 9 lot pricing's here. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's get into the video now. If you're thinking about buying a new construction home in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, this video could completely change where and how you buy. Purchasing new construction is all about the deal, and having a solid buyer's broker could be the difference in you building wealth with many of your fellow Americans or making a decision that costs you thousands from day one. Because not all new communities are the same. Builder incentives vary, financing options differ, some neighborhoods hold value better than others, and the amenities that actually matter to everyday homeowners can change from one community to the next. In this series, we're taking you inside new construction communities across Myrtle Beach and the Grand Strand, from coastal neighborhoods to fast-growing inland areas, so you can see how they really compare before you make a decision. We'll break down builder incentives, lot purchase and resale strategy, new construction versus resale comparables, and work through your floor plan resale potential. Not only will you see the out-of-pocket expenses to purchase the property, but you'll also get a full breakdown of your first year annual home expenses. We'll take a tour of the on-site amenities, and I'll show you local points of interest that will impact your daily life, like schools, shopping, golf, restaurants, grocery stores, medical, and even highway infrastructure. But we're not just talking about this from a desk. You'll hear directly from on-site sales agents inside each community as I interview them as your buyer's broker, paired with on-location video so you can actually see the homes, feel the neighborhood, and understand the pace and personality of each area. We'll compare communities side by side in each area so that you can see how this community stacks up against the rest of the market, and decide if you can get a better deal elsewhere or if the premium you're paying is really worth the cost. Remember, the biggest wealth builder many Americans have is their primary home. And I'll help you size up this deal to ensure that you'll be able to resell this new construction home, keeping hard-earned money for you and your loved ones. Whether you're a first-time buyer, VA and FHA buyer, growing family, upsizer, newlywed couple, second home buyer, investor looking for a stable new construction rental property, or a retiree, I'll help you find the best community that meets not only your needs, but also positions you for long-term value and resale. By the end of this video, you won't just know what's being built, you'll understand why some communities stand out, which ones fit your budget and lifestyle, and where buyers are getting the most value today so that they can make the most at resale. So whether you're relocating, upgrading, downsizing, buying your first home, or planning for the future here in Myrtle Beach, this series will give you the clarity and confidence to make a smart move. All right, guys, let's dive into Phase 9 pricing for D.R. Horton's Auberon Woods. It just dropped like 2 days ago. You can see on your screen an email I got from one of the sales reps there. All right, the $35,000 lots, you can see, I'm not going to say all those numbers, but you can pause the video and plainly see on your screen all of the lots listed at that $35,000 price. Now, I do have a map where the rep hand wrote in the prices next to the lots. We'll be sure to put that on the screen too. Then you've got $30,000 lots. Then you've got $25,000 lots. A few things to notice. In Phase 9, there are a lot of more expensive lots. there are less mid-tier lots, and there are only a few cheaper lots. Just an observation. If you're a budget buyer, you might be looking at those $25,000 lots going, wonder if I can talk them down. You know, these are probably the worst lots in phase 9. You know, maybe they'll give me a break. I don't know. It's just something to think about. Sometimes you get a better deal because you go after the worst lots that most people aren't going to go after, or the lots that they're going to have a hard time selling. So just a thought. Now, let's look on your screen at the actual map. You can see here. You've got lots all along Barebone Drive. You've got lots all along Bear Paul Drive. And then you've got also lots all along Polar Bear Way and Auberon Parkway. Now, I want to cover with you my thoughts on best lots, lots to avoid, now that we got some prices. Tier 1, best lots, $35,000 premium. Lots 541, 542, 543, and 544. Why they're strong. Direct pond frontage, no homes directly behind, long water views, interior location with less traffic, strong resale appeal because buyers immediately notice the view. Best for families and long-term owners wanting the best combination of privacy and resale. Now, lots 529 and 530, why they're strong. Rare cul-de-sac style positioning. Pond view directly behind. Limited traffic, wider feeling home site. Best for buyers wanting a quiet location and premium resale positioning. Now, one thing I have to mention here, we cannot ever guarantee peace and quiet when it comes to the sale of a property. Just note that. All right, lots 561 and 562, why they're strong. Rear pond exposure, no immediate rear neighbors, far from major entrances, excellent sunset potential. Best for privacy-focused buyers. Lots 496, 497, 498, 499, 500, and 501, why they're strong. Side pond exposure, larger visual separation from neighbors, one of the prettiest streetscapes in the phase. Best for buyers wanting a premium fill without paying future resale penalties. Best overall lots in phase 9 are going to be lot number 1, lot 542. It's got the center pond view. It's got minimal traffic, excellent privacy, one of the most balanced lots in the entire phase. Number 2, lot 544. Similar advantages to 542, long rear water view. Number 3, lot 530. Seems like a quiet location. Water view, excellent future resale appeal. Number 4, lot 529, similar to 530, limited through traffic. And then number 5, lot 562, there's water behind. It's a tucked away location, and it's got a strong privacy premium. Now, best value buys. What we're talking about here is price versus premium. Lot 523 and 524. There's a $30,000 premium. These may actually be some of the smartest purchases, and here's why. It's got a pond view. It's $5,000 less than the premium tier. It's got a similar resale appeal to many of the $35,000 lots. Lots 557, 558, 559, 560, $30,000 premium, rear water exposure, strong privacy, slight discount from top tier. These could offer the best bang for the buck in phase 9. Lots I'd avoid. Lots 511, 512, 513, 514, 515. Why? Road facing, little privacy, no significant water premium, more vehicle activity. Lots 518, 519, and 520. Why would I avoid those? Close to the intersection, less backyard depth feeling, pond view not as dramatic as center pond lots. Then you got lots 483, 484, 485 with a $25,000 premium. Even though they're the cheapest premiums, they've got a smaller visual impact, less impressive pond exposure, lower future buyer wow factor, and we all know that the emotional wow factor is the differentiating thing here, especially when it comes to lots, because these homes become commodities after they're built. Now, investor / resale ranking. 1, 542, 2, 541, 3, 530, 4, 529, 5, 544, 6, 543, 7, 562, 8, 561, 9, 524, and 10, 523. These are the lots I'd highlight for privacy, water views, future resale demand, buyer competition, and long-term appreciation potential. For a buyer choosing today, I'd personally focus first on 542, 541, 530, 529, and 544 before looking elsewhere in Phase 9. All right, while we have on the screen the map with the written in pricing, so you can be checking that out, I want to talk to you about a few things. I want to tell you 3 things. 1, DR Horton reps, Pulte reps, all these builder reps, all these new construction builder reps. I'm not saying that they're predatory at all. What I am saying is it is their job to sell the worst lots in the community. That's how they get paid for a living. I myself was working with a rep, and the rep did not stop me from going to. I was looking at buying a lot, new construction home, and it happened to be in a flood zone. She was not going to stop me from buying that property. She was going to let me buy it if I thought it was a good deal. And for many of you out there who don't have a buyer's broker in your corner helping you, that's the kind of pitfalls we stop you from making when you have a solid buyer's broker in your corner, number 1. Number 2, I got a friend of mine buying a new home, right? New construction home. I don't know if I should tell you who the builder is. I'm debating on it right now, maybe by the end of the story. And I learned something. Right? He's buying over a $500,000 home. And the frame over the doorway, he's walking through the house or whatever, the frame over the doorway, there's like a ½ inch in the framing around the doorway where it's separated. And the contractor, construction guy, builder, whoever it was like, oh, we're just going to put some caulking in there. I could imagine the level of frustration my friend felt at that moment when they informed him he was going to caulk a door frame in his $500,000 house. Now, that's not going to fly. But that leads me to this, and I want to point this out, which is, again, why you need a solid buyer's broker, because you don't know things like this. This is what happens. I hear stories, or I hear about the construction teams on site sometimes will say, hey, we're going to, we'll get to it. We're going to get to it the last week. We're going to do it all the last week. I'm not saying that they don't do everything the last week that they said that they're going to do, but I am going to tell you what you need to watch out for. Sometimes they will push things off and be like, we're going to get to that, we're going to get to that, we're going to get to this, and they wait until the last week comes, and then you're up against a wire because it's closing time, and then you close on the property, and then maybe some of that stuff doesn't get fixed. I'm just saying you need to watch out for that. I'm not saying that I personally know somebody that's happened to, but I am saying that you need to watch out for making sure that all the repairs are done in the home. Everything that you've blue taped, everything that you do not like, everything in that walkthrough inspection before that property closes needs to be taken care of. Now, the property itself is still under warranty. A lot of the builders do a 12-month warranty post-closing. So, they will come back out and fix stuff and stuff like that for sure. Another important strategy is, yes, you should do an inspection before closing from an independent party. For sure, I can help you do that. About the 10th month after you've lived in the house, you need to have the property inspected again before that 12-month builder warranty wears off. By that time, everything's settled, you've lived in it, you've experienced the house, you know what's going on with it, you've learned a lot of other little things, and then you got that inspection, you call the builder back out, and they fix anything that's wrong with the home. It's just a solid move. It's just a smart play. I believe timing the market matters just as much as picking the home. Understanding end of quarter and end of year builder pressure, knowing when to target inventory homes versus to be built opportunities, and recognizing early phase versus late phase pricing can dramatically change your outcome. I believe financing is where deals are truly won or lost. Interest rate differences, temporary versus permanent buy downs, choosing the right loan type like VA,
FHA or conventional, and knowing when to use lender credits versus builder lender incentives can impact your payment for more than the purchase price. I believe when all of these elements are aligned correctly, you're not just buying a home, you're engineering a deal that works for you on day one and positions you to win again at resale. If you're still early in the process, start by watching a few more of these community breakdowns. Then when you're ready, we'll build your strategy together. And if you want to make sure you're not overpaying, missing incentives, or choosing the wrong community, reach out. I'll help you compare the entire market and structure a deal that works for you and not the builder. Call me now at 843-360-1737 and let's map out your strategy the right way.
Now, let's talk about lots. Why is lot strategy so important, guys? Lot strategy is important because let's use Auberon Woods for an example. Auberon Woods is going to have 1,000 homes in it. By the time they finish stamping out the 6 different model homes that they have out there, and I'm just using that as an arbitrary number. I don't know exactly how many model homes they have out there. I'm going to assume 5 or 6, whatever. By the time they finish stamping that out, the homes become commodities. They're all just about the same. Some have upgrades, some don't. For sure, there's differences, but it is a lot of the same thing. So the homes become like commodities. The biggest differentiator that you can purchase is the lot. So it's very important that you strategically purchase your lot for resale. It's what's going to differentiate. It's what's going to determine. It's going to impart. It can help determine how quickly or how liquid you can sell that home, and then of course how much of a premium you can get for it. Because obviously the premium lots are in demand. They are more rare than the non-premium lots. You want to look for lots on waterways. You want to look for lots away from entrances. You want to look for lots with more privacy. You want to look for larger lots with more space in between the homes. You want to look for lots not next to future development. I mean, there are things that you can choose and pick when you do a new construction, when you're doing that lot strategy, that will really, really help your home stand out for resale. And that's important because for many Americans, it is one of the largest wealth builders purchases that you're going to make in your lifetime.
Before you make a decision, let's run your deal the right way. Compare incentives, financing options, and timing across multiple communities so you know exactly where you stand. And even if you're already talking to a builder, it's worth getting a second opinion because small changes in structure can mean thousands of dollars in difference. Call me now at 843-360-1737 and let's break down your deal the right way before you move forward.